Hey guys, it's Kim from Honey Trail Farm. Today is April, I want to say 12th, not really sure. When you're a stay-at-home mom, you never know what day it really is. But the sun is out, the cold snap I think is over. We're in for some really nice warm days. Thank goodness. But first things first, we gotta milk. Hello. Ugh. I am so over mud season. It is so wet and nasty. I got my tribe of followers. Foot back. Nope, foot back. Good girl. Okay. Don't put your foot back up. I've been sitting my milk pail inside another bucket so I don't have to sit my milk jug on the floor. This isn't going to take very long this morning, so a little story time. For the past few days, her right side front quarter has been hard. And normally it was firm, but I could get it milked out and it would soften up, which a firm udder is like one of the first signs of mastitis. So, and she had mastitis once when we very first got her. I'm sure from the stress of the transport, nobody was milking her and whatever. So I had seen that before, so I was really watching, and I didn't strip. Sorry. I had been watching her bag, and every night I put her up, and her bag was hard. And there ain't nothing gonna come out. So last night, so I left the calf with her all night in hopes that he would, you know, get it out, but also that was a test to see if she was weaning him, because yesterday I was watching and he was consistently trying to nurse and she was like not letting him at all. Like she would kick him off. So I was like, ooh, maybe she's gonna wean the calf herself, and that's a lot less work for me, right? Because the calf is not handled at all, and he's gonna be a hard one to catch and separate. I've been separating her at night. Yeah. And so I left him out all night, and that was the test to see if he was still nursing, because if she was full in the morning, I knew that, you know, she hadn't been letting him nurse all night. Well, sure enough, good thing we got milk in the fridge, because there ain't none in here. She's dry. So I'll let her finish her little milking treat. I feed beet shreds and alfalfa pellets, and I soak both of those with some corn mixed in. But yeah, there ain't nothing in here. So the calf's doing his job. Although this front quarter is still a little bit firm, but nothing's coming out. So I'm just gonna keep my eye on her. Things that you wanna look for in mastitis is a firm udder. Hot to the touch would be a really good sign. It's not hot, and it's not super hard, but you can feel it. Maybe she's got a clogged duct or something. But I'm gonna let her out back with the calf. He'll take care of it, and I'll just keep monitoring her in the coming days. And I have treatment on hand. I don't like to treat unless I absolutely have to. Obviously, I don't want to leave her sick if there's treatment to be had. I'm not just gonna let her feel bad. But I'm also not just gonna jump and treat her for every little thing. So we'll see how she does. Okay, so as I said, I'm not milking today. So what I'm gonna do while she finishes her treat is stand behind her with a bucket and try to catch her pee. Because I'm gonna keep her in the barn with me and not out with the other cows yet because they are finishing their grain and I don't feed Honey very much grain. She acts nuts if she gets even a little bit. So I'm keeping her occupied with like a flake of hay while the others are finishing. And so you can send like a blood test off to check and see if the cow's pregnant because we had her AI'd in, I want to say December, but I'm not sure. And I haven't noticed any signs of heat, but I saw somebody else order a urine cow pregnancy test. And I'm like, yeah, and it was cheaper. And I was like, I can totally do that. That's easier than taking blood. I'll just catch her pee. Oh, she's not peeing. For 3 months now, this cow, I have not been able to get close enough to her while she's urinating to catch it. So I'm just gonna stand in here with my trusty bucket and wait on her to need to go. The things that you never thought that you would do growing up. This is where you insert the do 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 do. Her tail moved. I'm standing guard, like the pee police. First with toddlers, now with cows. But also, like, how much time can you devote to watching the backside of your cow before you just give up? Like, I got lots of things to do today. I can't just stand here and wait on you to pee. Well, guys, I'm about to give up. I feel like I've been standing here forever, maybe 10 minutes. That's a long time when I got Dahlia tubers to get to in the greenhouse. And another day. No urine for the urine test. But if she is pregnant, which I've seen no signs of heat in the last few months, she's due to calve in September and we'll have another little baby. And we used, it should be sex semen for a Jersey heifer. So fingers crossed. I guess we'll see. I'm in the greenhouse now and it is nice and toasty in here. It says 73, but it feels hotter. Maybe it's because I just took my bibs off. But I've got a package here of dahlias from Longfield Gardens. I ordered from multiple places, only a couple of the big places like Longfield Gardens. The rest of my tubers I ordered from small farmers. But when Longfield sends theirs, which was a happy surprise because honestly didn't read that, they send whole clumps. So if you order from a company like that, they will send you a whole clump. Now it might look super exciting, but not all of these are viable. A lot of times when they send them in clumps, like they have broken necks, and ones with broken necks will not make flowers for you. If you plant them, they will grow roots, but they're never gonna sprout anything. So I'm gonna trim this up and I will show you after I trim it what it looks like, and I'm going to pot all of these up into separate containers and take cuttings so I can multiply my dahlia stock. Before I do the cutting, I kind of wanted to show you around the greenhouse because everything is finally looking green and pretty and magical, and honestly a lot of these little baby starts are almost ready to go out. Like I'm gonna be planting hundreds, yeah, even probably over 1,000 little flower starts this coming week now that the cold is over. But we We've got so many happy little babies. These are clary sage, feverfew, straw flower, yarrows back here. I've got catnip and hyssop and like little perennial things that will be able to be here years from now. This is rudbeckia. For whatever reason, my rudbeckia, no matter what I did, I had spotty germination, but it's fine. I just sowed more seeds. The snapdragons are finally looking like something. For the longest time, they look like this one. Little tiny, and now they're finally popping. I got lots of chamomile, some more snapdragons, snaps, yarrow, chamomile. This is echinacea, and I got just the regular because I had seeds that needed to be used, but also a double decker. I'm really excited for that one. We've got status and scabiosa. These are kale and auric and arugula, mustard, status, snap, so you get the hint. But calendula, I love this. I make my own infused oil with calendula every year that I use in lots of my skincare. I like to make my own lotion and face serum and stuff. And here's some dahlia tubers, some more that looks like they could use some water this morning. Sweet peas, getting ready to go out. Just excited. I've got plants everywhere. Okay, so from that clump, this is what I got. This is what I think is gonna be viable. And from there, you can see that this was the growing stem. And this was all underground. From there, I can look and see if I can see the eyes of the tubers. The eyes are where the sprouts come from. And I can further divide this down. All right, it's a little bit later in the day. It is 60 some outside and it's 90 degrees in the greenhouse. And that was with the fan going, but I shut it off because I realized I forgot to earlier, so I apologize for the fan noise in the last clips that I was in the greenhouse. But I just wanted to show you, because I don't think that I explained it very well earlier, about dahlia cuttings. So, each tuber will produce a plant, like a flowering plant. So this is a tuber. You can see right here a small little eye growing, and that is the sprout that will form the plant. So it gets all of its energy from the tuber, which is why every part of it has to be intact. So all those little broken ones, they were broken right here at the neck, so they don't have the top part that sprouts out. They would just make roots. Like you can see, this one's making roots. So I have all of mine, let me show you, potted either in cell tray, like trays that I just put some soil in there, barely moisten it, you don't need it real wet, and that's if you have a lot of one variety. Like all these are Cornell bronze and all these are Seattle, and this whole tray over here is Cornell bronze too. But on the ones that I had ordered this year, I only ordered mostly single tubers. So here's one, Rock Run Ashley. I'm really excited about this one. It's pretty smoky pink. I just have one tuber, so I just planted it in its own little pot with a tag so that I remember what it is. And I will take cuttings from that, and each tuber can produce, I think I read anywhere from like 5 to 10, or maybe let's say 3 to 10, because some are produce less and some more, but they will shoot up that many sprouts. So from that one tuber that I bought, I can get up to 10 more plants just from that one. So that's how I'm multiplying my stock this first year. You can see here, these are all cuttings I took, and they're all the same mother plant. It's Cornell Bronze, so I just put one tag in. But I want to show you because earlier, I've been pulling these up once in a while to check and see their root growth. And I pulled this one up and almost the whole plug came out. So here's the little, but if you turn it around, it's growing its own roots. So in a few weeks, when my last frost passes, I can plant this and it will grow a whole new plant with a whole new set of tubers to dig up at the end of the season. So I wanted to show you just a little example of how I take a cutting. So here I've got one, this one's about ready. So I like to do it when they're at least about 3 inches tall and have a couple sets of leaves. So this is a tiny little tuber, but it produces. So I'm going to take a sharp knife or a pair of snips and snip this off. So I'm just gonna take all the way down to the base right here. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the tuber with me. And I'm gonna put this back in the soil and it will make more for me that I can take more cuttings of. So I'm gonna put the roots back down. Now, I'm gonna take off these lower leaves, just strip them off. I've seen people do this with rooting hormone, with rooting gel, and with cinnamon, and I think dahlias really are readily rooting plants, so I bought this just because I wanted to give them the best shot that they could. I think I got this on Amazon for like less than $10, and this little jar will last years. You just dip the end in. And then I have my little 6-pack all ready to go. And I'm gonna make a little hole. I got this little dibber with a seed tray that I bought a couple years ago, and it really comes in handy. I probably don't have the tray anymore, but I definitely keep this little dibber. So I just make a hole all the way to the bottom because you want to make sure that the tip of this cutting is always moist. So you want it to go all the way to the bottom. No chance of drying out. And that's literally it. You just sit it. You can sit it on a heat mat. I think I had these on a heat mat inside, and that's why they grew roots so fast. But they will root. I'm gonna stick it back in the water. And like I've already done these too. I'm gonna have so many plants this year, you guys. I'm so excited. Now I've got to get out of this greenhouse because I am getting ready to start sweating. Like, it's really hot in here. But I wanted to sign off now in case I forget to later. Thank you guys so much for listening to me talk about plants and cows and chickens and just all the things that are so exciting in my life right now. I really can't wait for this first summer at my first real farm. I just can't wait to share my beautiful life with you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time.